Hello, lovely Aries. This is your, I was going to say July. This is your August love prediction reading. We're going to go as deep as we can, as quickly as we can, into your overall themes coming up for you when it comes to love in the month of August. Please only take what resonates. Don't let anything take from you. Remember that time is fluid and everybody involved has free will. So take it as like a personal heads up. Let's have a look at the main themes that are coming up. We've got the 11th house and Taurus and the bombshell. So really taking something to the edge, possibly a like physical makeover or a physical transformation, maybe a confidence boost for you, Aries, which makes sense. Yeah, discovering new ways, maybe discovering new friendships, especially when it comes to things like how you dress, how you fashion yourself is coming up strongly, but also maybe new friends that are like mum friends for some of you. Whatever you are discovering, whatever you are starting up, it feels like you're stubborn about it, like you're committed to it. It feels like you have like a practical reason behind it. You've got the second house at the bottom, so assets as well. So yeah, it feels like adornment, you know, something to do with the way you dress. Maybe like a new pair of earrings or a new pair of sunnies or a new hat that you just wear to death, and it's striking and it's attractive. I'm just drawn to like this telescope. It feels like you're honing in on a certain thing about yourself. For some of you, it's like the peach, if you know what I mean. But maybe some experimentation there as well. Like the 11th house is talking about community and friendships, but it can also talk about like wishes coming true, discovering new things, expansion of your social circle, having like a common goal. So maybe like having friends that want to go to the gym together because you're trying to be more strong, you know, you're trying to ground yourself more. You're trying to also bloom in new ways, and possibly like that is calling for like a glow up outside of the gym, maybe a new gym kit. But then you're like, oh, well, while I'm taking good care of my physical body, maybe I want to like go and, you know, change the way that I dress at the same time. Makes sense, right? Okay, let's get into more detail. Love for Aries in the month of August, please, Spirit. Clearest messages we can get. What is happening in the month of August in love? 7 of Wands, 3 of Wands. There feels like you may be putting a pause on waiting for something to happen. Ooh, okay. This is specific. Not what I was expecting, but then again, if you're like trying to get something out of your system at the gym or, you know, physically, it kind of makes sense that it would come from somewhere you don't want to be, you know, like it takes us sometimes a difficult thing to start doing what is best for ourselves. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. Hi. Ooh, have you been waiting for a slow ass person to get their ish together and you're like, blocking this energy because it's actually delaying my own blessings in the state of me waiting. It's delaying my own blessings. So some of you are physically blocking this person out of your energy. Some of you are blocking them out on like social media. But I think that you are ready to expand in a new direction, right? That taking something to an edge. I'm ready to expand my community because I don't feel like this person was investing in you. They weren't putting in the work. They weren't putting in the effort, or it's just been super delayed. And so you need to take your emotions for a walk around the block, so to speak. Okay, that's an interesting message, Spirit. Take your emotions for a walk around the block. Whoa. Look, some of you want to have options, you know, you're like, well, if I'm going to have a new community of or a new pot of love, I really feel like this is kind of hinting at the 7 of Cups, to be completely honest. And it's like, I want more opportunities. I want to meet new friends. And if I'm going to be introduced, you know, other than a dating app, then I need to be introduced by a friend of a friend. So yeah, I feel like you're taking a hike, and again, like going to the gym, looking after your body, trying to like work through something, like very much this earthy practical energy of one foot in front of the other, like one foot in front of the other, but it feels like physical exercise to me. And it's trying to move some emotions out of your body that perhaps have been causing some conflict, making you feel aggro, you know, aggressive, making you like not the nicest person to be around. And it's all because I feel like this person, oh, wow, shut the front door. I feel like this person who maybe came in hot to begin with, then just like withdrew their energy and needed things to go slower. And it felt like a tower moment. It feels like, goodness me, what actually happened here? I need to investigate this. There may have been some conflict between this person. I think this is a lesson though. You've got the Ten of Swords twice here, right? And this is a deck that actually has the Ten of Swords twice, because this everything is fine energy, is the energy with which this person who created this deck was in, and they were like, I need to like express how it feels and how I went through this in order to heal my heartache so I can have a fresh new beginning, okay? Because someone needs to come through and tell the truth once they have the confidence and the courage to do that, after they have had a period of healing, had a cycle close, and have rested. Okay, so there's a whole layer story at the bottom there. Leo energy with the strength. You've got Virgo energy coming up with the Hermit there. You've got Taurus energy with the Hierophant. Yeah, Leo, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Lots of earthy energy. And lots of fiery energy as well. I think you're sick of feeling like this. It's almost like you're waiting on the phone to ding, and that's why you just need to block this person out. There is this feeling of out of sight, out of mind, and you're purposefully doing this, I feel, because of this tower moment. This, like, you're just, the fear of impending doom is possibly like lingering over your head at the moment. But I do feel like there is something that needs to be said. This person needs to express how they're truly feeling about you. And they've got their mouth shut. You know, they're battling their own demons over here with the masks on these people. I always say this about this card, but there's a sense of someone's not speaking up, and therefore it's causing unnecessary, like, petty arguments. Or just unnecessary pressure, when actually we could use these sticks to build a ladder and get over it. So I think you're taking one of these sticks for a walk. You're like, okay, I'm going to use this as a crutch to, you know, get up this really big mountain that I'm trying to get up, because I need to build for myself a solid new foundation. And again, it's like, if I start with my body, if I start with my physical fitness, then no one can rattle my strength, you know? No one then will be able to test my metal kind of thing. I'm going to be emotionally tough because of the inner work that I've been doing and the lessons that I've been engaging in. And then, like, you really want to get to this place. You really want to get to this place of, I know there's something better out there for me. If it's not this person who comes around finally healed, then it's a new beginning altogether. And I think you're realizing that you need to open yourself up to the possibilities of it might have to be someone else. I want to clarify this King of Wands and King of Pentacles. If there's another person involved, right, there's competition involved. If this is not one and the same person, it's like there's competition involved, that it kind of feels like you end up with nothing, you know, because this one might have been not investing in like a material sense, and this one might not have been investing enough in a physical, like passionate sense. Has my camera just completely like gone lopsided there? I'm sorry if the screen is lopsided. It was straight when I started. I smash the desk around with my decks sometimes. Isn't that interesting though? It's a lopsided, there's an imbalance going on. And that, you don't want that energy, okay? It's like, well, I'm just going to lift weights with my left hand and not with my right, and I'm just going to get big on one arm. No, I don't think so. Like, that's not cute. I don't want that energy around me. Look, I think if this is one person, this person is sweating the fact that they know they've caused you some heartbreak, but they just took a really long time to learn some lessons. I think they're attracted to you and they want to come through and protect you, but it feels like their world is crumbling around like beneath them. And they do want to come forward and tell you their truth and offer you their cup of love, but it's just not showing up here. You know, it's just not showing up right now. And I know that can be super frustrating. So here's you out and about, you know, deciding to expand my social circle, go and make new friends. It's giving me like an invitation to a wedding or a birthday party or like after work drinks, you know, that kind of vibe. Just deciding not to be too much of a hermit yourself. And it's like, I want to be around better people this month. You know, I want to, if I'm going to see the future, I need to first start like experimenting with what it's going to be like. Yeah. If I want to see the future, it's almost like you're like, okay, I had one idea manifested in my mind and that doesn't seem to be playing out the way I want it to play out. And so in order to get a new vision, I need to get out and about and see what ships are out there, you know, see what ships are in the bay that I can hone in on so that I can focus on my manifestations on and attract towards me. There's a limitless potential. You have everything you need to create the kind of life that you want, to find your tribe, to find hope, and to find someone that finds you fertile and ample and worthy. You know, you're very like in a pleasure seeking kind of mood. So I think at the moment you're just trying to have fun, and you're making a judgment call about this, about like, look, just because I'm no longer in this like standing around waiting period and I'm blocking this person's energy out, maybe it's the disconnect that is needed for this person to completely deal with whatever tower moment they are going through, so that they can make their own judgment call. Sometimes this talks about like resurrection, and especially in that image, it's like resurrecting a connection here and coming into like a new version of themselves. But it feels like it's decision time, you know. Temperance at the bottom of the deck. There's healing that needs to happen in this connection and balance that needs to happen in this connection. I think you've been patient for long enough, and I don't think this person would judge you too harshly. Yeah, that actually was flipped before and I didn't pull it out. The Page of Swords. There is more to learn here, and I think that's part of the timing, you know, part of why this person or these two people may not have presented the way you wanted them to, or may not be acting in the way you want them to right now. If this is you already in a connection, it's just you deciding to, look, I'm going to leave my partner to whatever they need to do, and I'm going to go take my emotions like out for a walk and out for a good time. And I'm going to keep learning about investing in myself, and I'm going to keep learning about the law of attraction and manifesting towards me what I want, because your vibe attracts your tribe, right? And if you're seeing yourself as loyal and patient and blooming and I want to blossom into more, and I want to have this, you know, state of luxury, and I want to receive, you know, all the best that life has to offer. I want to squeeze all the juice out of life, right? If I want all of that, then I need to start giving it to myself, and I need to put the phone down and stop causing myself heartache when it comes to like comparisons, especially I'm feeling. And I need to have my own lesson. And the key, right? There's two keys at the bottom of this Hierophant and two people at the bottom too. Each one has to pick up their own key, okay? And that's when I think that you're going to have a refresh in terms of love, if you're in a commitment or not. It's just like, we need to put these petty arguments aside, and in order to do that, we need to fire up like our own worthiness of attractiveness, our physical features and how we feel about them. And we also need to focus on our own values, you know, our own worthiness. Worthiness is coming up a lot here. So I feel like you still have more to learn in the month of August, before someone and something comes into balance. But I feel like you're on your way. You're on your way. Like that little walking stick, it's like, carry a big stick. over, under, sideways, down. I'm going to find it. By hook or by crook, I'm going to find this lesson. And I'm willing to learn whatever I need to learn, Spirit, in order to have this resurrection of self, resurrection of relationship, resurrection of confidence, resurrection of a clearer vision with better friends. It's like you remember a time where you had good friends and how carefree and happy you were then, and then how like attractive and magnetic you became to love. You perhaps had a lot of suitors interested in you when you weren't looking. And so I feel like you're wanting to get back to that place of just having a good time to attract in the right kind of love for you. I love that. Can we get just a bit more? I wanted to clarify this bottom row. The King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Tower, and it's clarified by the Emperor. I think if this is one person, this person really is bossing up on their own life and getting their stuff together. And look, I think they're a little bit blind, like they've got their blinders on at the moment. They may be really busy with work, especially if it's like something to do with travel, but also something to do with like entrepreneurship, especially if it's their own business. I think they've got a lot of moving parts in their life right now, and so they need to stabilize. They're really trying to focus on restabilizing their own existence, so that they can come through and offer you something that is more stable and protective, okay? Because I think they realize your worth and your desire for something practical and stable and luxurious, you know, solid. You want something dependable. Yeah. I think this is really good for both of you, and it's really good for you, Aries. It really is, because I feel you having such a glow up that you... Remember how I said you could be blocking your own blessings here? I think this is all going to turn around. Two of Wands, look at that. Yeah, travel was... I picked that up just from the King of Wands and the Emperor, which is an unusual mixture to pick up travel from, but there is a sense of like, I'm making a plan for my best foot forward, for where life needs to go next. And it's a movement kind of energy, discovery kind of energy. It's a rebellion. It's really like taking things to the future, stepping into future you who gets what you're asking for. I want to see what this person would say if they actually came forward with that cup of love that seems to be lurking, right? So if that cup of love starts to appear at the end of August, then fantastic. But if not, this feels like it's moving into the month after. I left when I saw you with someone. So for some of you, this person thought there was competition, whether there was or wasn't. I knew exactly what I was doing. I think they do because of that Emperor. He knows what he wants and knows how to get it, and just take it as energy, not as gender. I hope that you can forgive me one day. Yeah, there is a sense of like I needed to disconnect in order to focus on what I was going through. I feel you leaving me behind. Yeah, especially if you're having a glow up, then this person is like, sugar, I've got to pull out all stops. Like I've got to bring all my king energy to this. Like, they're really trying to also focus on themselves, also focus on their coin, also level up because they see you doing the same thing. I'm going to get a few different cards this month to add to this reading. Anything else that Aries needs to know in love for the month of August, please, Spirit? Anything else that Aries needs to know? Regeneration. Beautiful. There's that judgment energy, okay? That rebirth energy. Tarragon. And then you've got Aries energy again, okay, with the Emperor and Aries energy. Yeah, it's like as I move this forward, 1 and 7 is an 8. The 8th house is talking about like sex, death, transformation, occult, taboos, inheritance, other people's money, and magic, really. There is a sense of divine timing here, I have to say. And with the 11, it's like 11-11. There, you may be starting to see synchronicities when this regeneration is ready to like be born. You know, it's like this little beaker cup here. It's like it's just got to boil up to the right consistency, the right temperature. Yeah, and it's like you're turning the heat up on your life in all ways. And you're doing it very purposefully with this Taurus energy. You're doing it very purposefully. And Aries, I love that you're showing up here, because it's like, I think you can understand why this person is doing what they're doing at the end of the day, but that's also why you need to disconnect, because their story is their story for right now, and your story will be your story for when it's ready. Oh, wow. Okay. We'll go with all of them. So your self-love messages, look to the stars. Wish upon a star. Okay. Don't lose faith and hope in love in general. Journal. I really strongly get like with that star energy and journal, like journal on your dreams. Journal on your dreams. Connect with your womb if you are a womb holder. And maybe some of the emotional stuff that you were holding on to in that as well. Aromatherapy. Certain smells around you can uplift your spirit as well. Let's get the overall emotions. Oh my goodness, you got so many. Okay, we have disruption. Yeah, look, it feels like roads crossing over, okay? So it's almost like in the background, there's like a loop and someone's going to come back over. Like you two are going to meet at a crossroads at a different point, okay? You have love here, intuition, confidence. Yeah, 100% building on your confidence. Tapping into your intuition might be the catalyst for why you're doing this, because you know it's like, it's love. It's self-love. It's love to give yourself the self-love that you need so that you can attract better for yourself. And again, that like dream state of dreaming up a new vision of what can I envision for myself next. You also have consciousness, reflection. So yes, you understand what this person is going through. I think there may be some kind of like 5D attachment to this person that you two understand each other. Caution. Caution not to get like self-sabotage or to get into your head or get into petty arguments with this person, and that's why you may, or this person may be like blocking you, or you may be blocking them, so that they can deal with their tower moment in peace without it affecting this connection. Strength and protection coming up here. So I really feel this connection is protected in some way, or you are protected here to continue on your path of growth. With that Hierophant that was coming out, with this 10 of Wands, it's like, no, we need to move on from this kind of energy. It's quite unhealthy for you. So let's make this plan. And how do we make that plan? We start taking things to the edge. We start like pushing our boundaries and being like, okay, well, that felt nice, or that didn't feel good, or what if I keep building up? It's like building muscles in the gym, literally. It really feels like that, and you'll be proud of the result if you just keep going. There's a protection of self for this regeneration to come through. Like the bushfire has been through, the little shoots of hope are starting to grow up. But there's a lot of self-strength that's coming through here, like a groundedness within you that just knows that you can and will create something really good for yourself when it comes to love. Within the next few months, there's going to be shifts in this connection. I'm just hearing like the Rocky song with all of those steps there. So again, it's just this resilient kind of energy, resilience for regeneration of hope and love in general. With this person or without, listen to your intuition, again coming up, and be assertive. Yeah, and that's why there may be blockages, and that's assertiveness over your of using your intuition. You know, it's like, oh, okay, so here's how I feel, now here's how I should act in order to protect this, protect myself, continue on my path of growth without being derailed, and giving this person the space they need to also do their growth. You may even be thinking, look, if I'm given the opportunity to move away from all of this, then I might take it, and so be it. I'm going to take that bottom one. Okay, set a goal for each day to exercise mind and body so that your health will stay strong, your creativity high, and your spirit alive. Look at the new shoots of growth coming up. And it's literally talking about the physical body. I love it when that happens. I love it when that happens. Okay, so that is what I have for you in the month of love. I know it's not always the easiest message to hear when it's not like, hey, here's two people who are coming at you with everything. No, I really feel like there's a self-preservation and a self-regeneration happening here. And sometimes we need to go through that. It's really, really important to avoid further heartbreak, right? To avoid further arguments, to avoid self-sabotaging, overthinking, stressful nights, and to really move yourself out of this position and into something that feels a lot more healthy and a lot more expansive for you, Aries. Take really good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all the likes, the shares, the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one.